Using manifestation, you can literally have absolutely any and everything that you want. I'm saying, like, the world could be your oyster. You could, if you can see it, you can have it. So what exactly are you waiting on? Hello and welcome. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. Welcome to A Complete Vibe. So over here we talk about manifestations, personal development, self-improvement, self-love tips, just things you can do to become a better version of yourself. So today in this particular video, we're going to speak about why your manifestations are not working. Y'all, I came up with some good tips. I reflected on my past and kind of put pieces together about when I was doing my own manifestations, why things weren't working out. So let's just get right into the video. First things first, you have not gotten crystal clear on your intention, or either your visualizations are not detailed enough. One of my favorite mentors is Bob Proctor. He has recently passed away, but he always says, if you can think it in your mind and you can hold it in your hand, your thoughts become things. So when you are doing these visualizations, how detailed are you getting? Get as detailed as humanly possible. If you are trying to manifest a brand new car, for example, then you need to know what the color of that car is in the interior, what the outerior color is. What do the wheels look like? Is it a chrome package? Is it a deluxe package? Is it the standard model? What color is it? Does it have a moon roof? Does it have a sunroof? Like, you need to know every detail of whatever you're trying to manifest. If you're trying to manifest a spouse, you need to, I wouldn't so much focus on the outward appearance, but I would focus on how that person makes me feel, how that person smells, how that person feels to my spirit. You get as detailed as you can. I mean, like I said, if you're trying to manifest a spouse, then, what's the color of their skin? When you hear their voice, do you just automatically look up and listen? Like, what type of presence do they have? Do they have that alpha presence? Are they more calm and laid back with their demeanor? Get as detailed as you possibly can. If you are trying to manifest a house, what's the paint color on the walls? What do the floor look like? What type of neighborhood is this house in? Is the house full brick? Is the house 1 level, 2 stories, 3 stories? How does the front door entrance look? When you walk into the front door, what are you walking into? Are you walking into your kitchen? Are you walking into your living room? Or, like, what does the backyard look like? Is it a fire pit in the backyard? You have to get as detailed as humanly possible. Okay, so next, you must have some type of doubt, and more than likely it's going to be doubt on your subconscious level. So once you get your subconscious mind to believe something, it's pretty much smooth sailing from there on out. It's been times I've been trying to manifest something. If I have a dream about it, then I know that's like a check mark. Like, yep, that manifestation is coming my way. So different ways you can begin to make your mind believe something on the subconscious level. Whenever your brain is in that theta wave, it's more prone to accept whatever you say to it. So you're on your theta wave either when you're first waking up in the morning or when you're dozing off to go to sleep. So during these times, either be listening to something on TV that's telling you or putting into your mind whatever it is you're trying to manifest. Like, it's plenty of YouTube videos out there that, help you meditate in your sleep. So you can do that. You can also just speak to yourself and tell yourself when you're dozing off that, tomorrow will be a productive day. I am getting closer to meeting my spouse. Signing day or contract day for my dream house is not too far away. My home is coming to, my dream home is coming into my life pretty quickly. Or you know, I have an amazing spouse that I could wake up next to every morning, or I can go to sleep next to, you know, the man or the woman of my dreams. And also another thing you can do is really quantum leaping. So let's say, like I said, for instance, you're trying to manifest a spouse, or you want your twin flame, you want your dream person, whatever. So one thing you can do is when you're laying in bed, and like I said, do this right before you go to sleep or right when you wake up. Lay in your bed with your eyes closed and turn to the side, whatever the side of the bed that your spouse would lay on. So you're going to turn to that side with your eyes closed, and you're going to imagine yourself just looking at your spouse. You're looking at the curve of their face. You're looking at their chest as they breathe, you know, inhale and exhale. You're looking at the curve of their nose, or how they look so peaceful sleeping, or how this person like genuinely makes you so happy. This person makes you feel loved. This person knows how to make you feel protected. So like I said, with your eyes closed and your head on your pillow, you're looking at this person. In your mind, you're looking at your dream person. And while you're looking at them, you know, they just get you and bring you closer into them. Like they felt you staring at them in their sleep, so they get you and they bring you closer into them. Now your face is on their chest. So what does that feel like? What does that smell like? I mean, how comforting does that moment feel? You know, do you hug them back? Do you take your arm and wrap your arm around their back and kiss them on their neck and tell them, I love you, baby? Like, go through that entire process in your mind. But the most important thing is to feel it. You always have to feel it. What does that person feel like to you? What does that person feel like to your spirit? How good do they feel? You know, how comforting is it for you to be snuggled up, you know, up under your big 6'5" man? You know, how good does it feel to be laid up under him and he has his arms wrapped around you and you just feel so protected and loved in that moment? Step into that emotion and feel it. Feel it for as long as you can. They say the sweet spot is 13 seconds, but I say feel it for as long as you can. Stay in that moment for as long as you possibly can. So there are about 12 laws, 12 universal laws, so to speak. Depending on the person, they may say it's more or less, but usually it's about 12. And two of those laws is the law of vibration and the law of compensation. So the law of vibration, it basically states everything has energy, and you have to everything has energy at different levels, right? Negative, positive, neutral vibration levels. So you as a person have to get on that vibration in order to attract that thing to you. And then the law of compensation basically states you do good, you're compensated by good coming back to you. So, and I always, that's one of my favorite things to believe in or tell myself daily, is that your compensation for being on this earth is to do good things for other people. And you do good things, you know, maybe because spirit led you to do it, but you do good things without expecting nothing in return. It's simply your payment for being on this earth. It's simply your payment for waking up and having another day at life. That's your good thing that you put out into the earth, out into the world. So you're compensated by good things coming back onto you. Okay, so ask yourself, check yourself. How's your compensation level? You know, are you a good person naturally? Are you doing good for others? Are you doing good without having to boast and brag and tell social media that you've done this good deed? You know, and it doesn't always have to be some ginormous task that you done. It could have simply, you know, give someone a hug who looked upset, or taking the time to listen to someone's story. Like, it could be so many things. It doesn't always have to be financial. Sometimes it's just giving of your time and actually being present in that moment with whoever you're assisting or helping out. So like I said, check your compensation, and then you need to check your vibration. You know, how are you vibrating on your day-to-day life? How are you speaking to people? What energy are you putting out? Because you can only receive what you put out. Okay? And another way to stay on a good vibration level is to have a state of gratitude or appreciation. One of the things I do as soon as I wake up, I say out loud 10 things that I am automatically grateful for. I'm grateful for a home. I'm grateful that, you know, I'm not sleeping outside. I'm grateful that I have food within my home and we have plenty of it. I'm grateful that I have working vehicles. I'm grateful that I have good tires on those vehicles. I'm grateful that, you know, I have money in the bank. I'm grateful that we have running water. I'm grateful that I have money to pay my bills with no problem. Like, automatically, first thing I do when I wake up is state 10 things that I am absolutely grateful for. So that will help you too. Like I said, stay on a good vibrational frequency. And also another thing that I noticed, you know, like in our day and age, it's so easy to be petty. It's so easy to be low vibrational, especially with all these reality shows and social media. But I have learned this. So say I'm just trying to manifest, let's say a few extra $100. Let's say about $300. I'm trying to manifest $300, right? And let's say one of my homegirls called me and she got some tea. And she like, girl, you ain't gonna believe what happened. And so-and-so is sleeping with so-and-so and they done got caught up, and I can come pick you up and we can go over here and watch, because girl, it's about to go down. So I can come scoop you up and we can go watch, you know, see how everything about to go down. Like, girl, this is about to be good. I'm on my way to come get you. And you get in the car with your homegirl and y'all go over there and y'all watching all this drama go back and forth, and it's exciting and it's fun and y'all laughing and kikiing and all that type of stuff. That time and that energy you spent going over there to laugh at another woman's pain or misery or whatever they had going on, you lowered your vibration. So you may have been like vibrating up here, and you know, when all that drama came, you started vibrating down here. But now your blessing was about to come right by you. Your blessing was on its way to you. Maybe it was a knock at the door. Maybe it was you bumping into somebody that you owed money from previously. You know, like if you had went to the grocery store like you was planning to, maybe you would have met that person that owed you money, or maybe you just would have met somebody who gave you money. Maybe you would have won a contest for walking in the store and being the 1,000th person. You know, your blessing could have been very much on its way to you, and your blessing was vibrating up here. But since you wanted to be messy, you lowered your own vibration. Then you missed that blessing, and you were right up on it, and you missed it because you were too busy trying to be messy. Like, a lot of the times we get in our own way when it comes to these manifestations, when it comes to these blessings coming in. Like, you are the problem. You are the issue. You can't blame nobody but yourself, because you didn't have to go over there and be messy. That stuff had nothing to do with you, but you decided to be a part of it, and now you done missed your daggone blessing. So the next reason why your manifestation isn't working is simply because the timelines haven't matched up yet. So if you're not manifesting something with a date attached to it, like maybe you want to get a car by your birth date, if you're not manifesting that exact date, and it also has to be something that your mind actually believes. Like, you can't say, I want to be a millionaire tomorrow, but subconsciously, your mind is like, no, that's not going to happen because we only got $200 in the bank. Well, that's the disconnect. So you need to manifest on the level that you're comfortable believing in. Okay. So what I mean when I say your timelines haven't matched up, simply because, you know, that thing you want may be in one realm, and you in the physical realm haven't lined up with it yet. Simple as that. And like I said, if you haven't put a date on your desire and you're just kind of waiting to whenever the time is right, whenever it feels good, just whenever it happens, then you don't know how long you may be waiting. And I mean, people do say that time is an illusion. I have heard older people say, you know, like they didn't meet their soulmate till they was 60 or 70, but it felt like no time had passed. It felt like they known each other forever. That's because their souls are connected. So simply, sometimes the timeline just hasn't come yet. Just either wait or put a date on that thing you want to happen. So there is another law, and this law is the law, it's the law of inspired action, or basically to act as such. So you know how you may start like with the small snowball, right? But if you keep rolling that snowball, after a while, that snowball is going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. Like you built your momentum, and you know you're getting a bigger result than what you started from. So by keeping that same mentality as acting as such, or the law of inspired action, what are you doing to get on the same frequency as that thing that you want? If you're, let's say you want a baby, right? You've been trying for years to have a baby. You can't have a baby. Well, if you were to find out today that you were pregnant, what are the steps you would do to prepare yourself for those 9 months? You know, maybe the first thing you do is buy a pregnancy test. And, you know, maybe you will frame the pregnancy test because it's positive. And then maybe you will start go look for paint colors for the baby room. Maybe you'll start looking at car seats and watching YouTube videos on expecting mothers. Or, oh yeah, that book. Get that book, What to Expect. Maybe you'll start looking at baby clothes. Maybe you'll pick out a baby name. Maybe you'll start looking at yourself in the mirror, you know, with the big belly. You would do necessary steps to get to that 9 month, or to get to the delivery date. Well, it's the same process. You take the necessary steps that are going to get you to your end goal. Act as such. Act as if, you know, the doctor has just told you you're pregnant, the baby is healthy, we're good to go. See you in 9 months. This is going to be a healthy pregnancy. You're not going to have any issues. You know, your baby is going to come out beautiful, and, you know, a big baby, a big 10-pound baby, or whatever your goal is. Act as such. You do the necessary steps. You're going to see, you know, make sure you have a big enough car. Make sure the car seats fit properly in the back seat. You may go to a person who double checks the car seat. You know, you would have all these steps to prepare yourself before you get to the end goal, or before you get to the end of the 9 months. It's the same thing whenever you're manifesting something. Everybody says start with the end in mind. And that is very true. But you also, after you start with the end in mind, your next step is to start doing the process to get to the end goal. Okay? Makes sense? It should make sense because I explained it pretty well. Okay? And my next reason for why your manifestations probably aren't working is because you're not trusting your instincts, or you're not trusting the downloads that you get. So God, or your higher self, or whoever you want to believe in, spirit, they're always communicating with us. There, somebody, whatever your higher force is, they are always speaking with you. Sometimes we just don't pick up on the signs. Sometimes we just not connect the dots, but they are always speaking with you somehow, some way. You know, you could, if you always drive a certain way to work and something in your mind is telling you to turn left or take the detour or take the long route, and you don't, you probably missed the opportunity for something. Like it was some reason your inner being, or your God, or your higher power, higher self was telling you to take another route, and you did not trust it. I get downloads all the time where it could be something random, as like random as hell. And it could be like, well, today you need to make sure you go to the plant store. And then I go to the plant store, I end up meeting an amazing person, or I end up getting a great deal on something that I've been wanting to do. Like, trust your downloads, trust your instincts, trust your gut, and then act on it. You know, if whatever your mind or person gut is telling you to do, you have to act on it, and you have to act on it immediately. If it's a reason, I mean, it's a reason why, you know, that certain person keeps popping up in your mind, like, oh, you should call them. I haven't saw them in a while. You know, maybe you should text that person, and you don't. And then maybe months later, you find out that that person got real sick, or that person isn't doing well. Well, that's why you got the download in the first place. That's why you had the instinct in the first place, because our energies are always connected to something. Our energies are connected to people, other people, and our energies are connected to other things. Your gut, that energy, your instincts are real. Start trusting it. So within these steps, you should be able to decipher where you're lacking and why your manifestation isn't working, because manifestation is real. It's genuine. It's possible to have any and absolutely everything that you want in this lifetime. So check your process. Figure out where you're going wrong, make the necessary adjustments so you can start living the exact type of life you deserve and you desire to live. Okay? So that's it for me, y'all. See you next time.